Hello, D7 here with Grok Trade, and I'm glad that you're here. Been trading in the live markets almost 30 years using technical analysis. I do own a hedge fund. Let me see if I can share a couple things with everybody to help decipher some of what this market is showing us right now. So, if you trust me, I'll trust you to hang out for the next few moments. So take a look at this. We're looking at a monthly chart using candlesticks. This monthly chart that we're looking at means every candlestick is 1 month. This is the S&P 500 ETF, and going back all the way to April, May, June, July, August, going up, up, up. Blow this dude up, you can see we're starting to slow the descent. You can see that there. We did get over a major trend line. That is good. But see this big red line? It says divergence on it because that's called a bearish divergence. See the RSI down here? Bearish divergence. These swings are going lower. These swings on price are going higher. That's a bearish divergence, more bearish than it is bullish. Pay attention to this, especially on the higher time frames. So if that happens, that's something to pay a lot of attention to. If you look here at the diamonds, we're coming up to major resistance. You can see that right there has a big fat red line on it. Bearish divergence, and this is a huge one going all the way back here. I should extend this dude. This is a very long divergence on the RSI versus price. That is something not to sleep on. Let's go to the Qs. Excuse me, it's Saturday morning. I have my cup of coffee right here. It's go time. Look at this. Excuse me. This is the Qs going up, hammer time, up, 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 and look at the upper shadows there. That is not great when it comes to continuing on the bullish run. You can see higher swing highs here, big red line. If you come down here to the RSI, big red line, bearish divergence also on the Qs. So be watching this. The Russell 2000, I'm telling you guys, this month the small caps have outperformed. It's really nice. Up, 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 up. Major resistance on the horizon. Huge bearish divergences on MACD and RSI. If you look here at the financials, up, up, up at major resistance. We're going higher, higher, higher at major resistance. Again, financials. Then this is the XLF monthly chart. Look at this, RSI going lower, lower, lower. Guys, if we're going to drop it on the monthly charts, look at that. Quick look at the US dollar, chopping around below major moving averages, but above some major trend lines. Gold is on a 2-month rally straight up. Look at this run. This thing has been on fuego going back to March. March is in 2024, so over a year and several months here, guys. We have just been on fire. What you want to do is pay attention to this moving average. This is a 6 EMA, okay? So there it is. Put that on your monthly. Put that on gold. Watch that like a hawk. That's extra bonus points. That's worth a like. Give me that big old fat thumbs up for that one. If you over here to silver, same thing. Up, up, and away on the monthly chart. Put that 6 EMA on your monthly chart and watch that like a hawk. First close below that. What you want to do is say, I'm out, okay? But if it stays above that, keep piling in and watching this thing just make you some money, honey. Okay, VIX, that's the fear indicator on the monthly chart. There's no fear out there right now. No fear. No fear. Not bad. Now, that's pretty good. Everything's going great. Let's do something kind of cool here, okay? Let's do this. Let's take a look at the weekly charts. Now, why the monthly was so important is because the month is over, going into September. This is a long weekend, Labor Day. Labor Day. If you go here on the weeklies, let's take a quick look at these. Weeklies. This is the XLF weekly at major resistance, and we have a big bearish divergence. You can see it right here. We have that. It's something to be watching for. We have it on our side. I don't have the lines drawn there. But the weekly chart on the Russell 2000, we're up, big symmetrical triangle, breakout, boom, to the upside, looking really good. Not too shabby. If you weekly chart on the Qs, we got over a trend line, and we're challenging these moving averages that are starting to roll over. We need to stay above the moving averages and that trend line, okay, on the Qs. We have to do that to stay bullish. But my Grok ROC is giving me 2 sell signals right here in a row. 2 sell signals. So, and we had a buy back here, we had a buy there, and then 2 sell signals up there. Let's watch this. Yes, you can. We do have trading algorithms. You can take a look at that yourself. But if you go here to the diamonds, whoops, I went the wrong way. Let's go to the diamonds. If you look at this, as long as they above that moving average and trend lines, we are good. We are good. We got a sell signal here, and it did drop right after that, but then it plowed up higher. Spider, look at the spider. We got sell signals here. Man, we're over this. We got to stay above that trend line. We got to stay above those moving averages on the weekly chart. But would you agree that looks toppy? It looks toppy across all these. If I go over here to the diamonds, it looks toppy. We're up. We've had it look Nasdaq, or I'm sorry, the Qs looks toppy, very extended to the upside. So it makes sense that we should sell. It makes sense that we should go down now, right after a big run like this. But let's just take a quick look at the daily charts, and I'm going to end with the bearish divergent city here. Look at this. The diamonds, bearish divergence across everything. Spider, bearish divergence across everything. If you look here at the Qs, bearish divergence across everything. Russell 2000, bearish divergence across the board. Financials, look at this, bearish divergence across everything. Now, the charts are done. You can get out of here. Skedaddle, exit left. This is a monologue time. Yeah. All right, for all of you that are still here, give me a like saying that you're here. Thumbs up. That thumbs up gives us a lot of attention on YouTube. Now, don't sleep on these divergences. If you have one divergence that's powerful enough, okay, that if you don't know what those are, go and research them. We teach it in our training, but you can go to YouTube, go to anywhere, look for bearish divergences, technical analysis, okay? Do that. Now, if you get those bearish divergences on the same time frame on multiple indices, those indexes we were looking at, meaning the diamonds, the Qs, the Russell, all of those. If you got those, that's extra powerful. But what I just showed you, we have multiple time frames too. Not only do we have one bearish divergence, we have bearish divergences on all major indices on the daily. We have bearish divergences not on one weekly chart, we have them on multiple weekly charts on major indices. And not only do we have them on daily and weekly, if that's not strong enough and have that correlation amongst all indices, it also happened on the monthly chart. The monthly chart. The monthlies also are showing bearish divergences. I don't know if in my 28 years of trading, I don't know if I've seen so many confluences of bearish divergences in my life. And here we are. That is crazy. So, but that's in the face of a rate cut getting ready to come. Right now, even with the PCI coming in ticking higher, 2.5 or whatever percent that was, and inflation ticking higher, they're still saying there's an 85 to 87% chance of a rate cut, coming up into September. And, is this buy the rumor, sell the news type of event, or will this market just use that to put gas on the fire and let this thing roar straight up, continuing, its upside ascent? So that could happen. Now, I say that, but it's got to be in the face of bearish divergences on the monthlies, on the weeklies, on the dailies, on multiple major indices. That is a headwind that will be hard to fight, even with the strength of this administration. The policy changes that have helped this market just go sky high with the rate cut that's expected. Technically speaking, looking at technicals only, looks pretty bearish out there. Do you know you can make money faster to the downside than the upside? Do you know that the markets drop 66% faster than they rise? Do you know that there is major money to be made when the markets do, in fact, crash? Learn to do that. Learn to do that. And hey, a little tidbit for you. I don't care who you go through. Now, people don't realize this. I'll share it with you guys. We are traders, Mark and me. We trade. We only allocate one trading day a month to teaching. So a lot of you guys think that we're just all about teaching. It could not be further from the truth. Fact, we allocate one day per month. The rest of it's for our own trading, okay? Now, what do I mean by 1 month? It's a Saturday, Sunday, and Monday once a month that we do our training. Saturday's not a trading day. Sunday's not a trading day. Monday is a trading day. And if we're teaching, that means we're not trading. So we are traders first, educators second. So if you're finding a place to learn from, there's people out there. You can go and look for them. Just make sure they're traders first. Always learn from a real trader that's in the trenches. Make sure that they have a great trading curriculum. Make sure they have great reviews, and make sure you get free retakes. Make sure that the mentors are still accessible after training with no hidden fees or extra fees, that sort of stuff. So those are some tidbits for you. You know what the biggest problem to traders is today? It's a word you probably never heard of before. Autodidacticism. Autodidacticism. What is that? That means self-learned. Now, people want to self-learn trading. Let me tell you the problem with that. That's like learning to be self-taught to fly a plane, self-taught to do heart surgery, self-taught to whatever. Don't self-teach yourself to learn to trade. That's the most expensive hobby you will ever have in your life. If you try to do so, I am living proof of that. I blew through my first 2 accounts trying to be self-learned, and I even ran a large trading club and still blew through 2. Now today I own a hedge fund. What's the common thread amongst all successful traders? It's only 11% of us that are successful, statistically speaking. That common thread is they all, if asked, do you have a mentor? They can all point to at least one mentor. And that's the common thread. Just give that some thought. So there it is. If I've earned a like, go ahead and do that. And I'm very interested if you made it to the end, just say I made it. Only you and I will know what made it means. And if you really did make it to the end, say made it, and let me know what city and state and country you're from. Let's have some fun. Take care, guys. We'll see you. Bye.